Okay guys, just building on from success criteria A, which was looking at expanding algebraic expressions. This one here, success criteria F, looks at expanding and simplifying algebraic expressions. So we might have a little bit more work to do after we expand. So still using that distributive law, which you've just looked at on the previous video, but you can probably notice we've just got something sort of on the end here this time, which isn't going to prove us too many hassles, but let's have a look at it. First one here, 2 lots of 5a. All right, so 2 lots of 5 apples will give us 10 apples. And then we've got 2 lots of positive 6, which is plus 12. On the end, we just add on that subtract 3a, or 3 apples, whatever you like to think of it. After that, we then go and have a look at what our like terms are. So remember, our like terms are terms that have the same combination of variables. Doesn't matter what the number, if you like, at the front of the term is. But thinking back, 3a, 4a squared, 2a, and 5ac. If we were to go and pick out the like terms out of this one here, it would be the 3 apples and the 2 apples. Okay, this one here would not be because it's apples squared, and this one here is 5 apple carrots, which is different again. Okay, so coming back over here now to our example, our like terms here are 10 apples and minus 3 apples. Don't forget that subtraction sign out the front. So how this is going to read now is 10 apples take 3 apples. I've got 7 apples left over, and I've got my plus 12. There's nothing else like that, so that's just going to remain as is. Okay. Second one, we're going to take our 5p and multiply it by our 3p. Okay, now again, we can just look at the 5 times 3 to get the 15, and then we can focus on the p times the p, which is going to be p multiplied by itself twice, or p squared. Second thing we do, again, we take that 5p and we multiply it by negative 10. Okay, so that positive times a negative gives me a negative outcome. Then I'm going to look at 5p times 10. So 10 lots of 5 pens is going to get me 50 pens. So I've got 15p squared take 50 pens. And then on the end of it, I'm just going to add on that 15p. Okay, so I'm going to take care of my brackets first, add the rest on, then we're going to go from there. Now, coming down here, what are my like terms? If I'm looking at simplifying, what are my like terms? I've got a 15p squared here, but I can't see anything else with that same combination of variables. The other like terms is this minus 50p and that plus 15p. All right, so the 15p squared, because there's no other like terms to simplify that with, that's going to stay as is. And then I've got negative 50p, and I want to add 15p to that. So that's going to take me back to negative 35p. All right, so not a lot different from the previous success criteria, guys. It's just that we're adding a little bit on the end, which is going to force you to look for these like terms and simplify as a result.